volume button. Hey y'all, you people. I be forgetting, girl, you was on live. I was being supposed to come talk to y'all. And this has to be quick because I just got a message basically telling me that I gotta be on my way. I'm gonna come eat my food with y'all. Hold on. So, it's your girl B Rose, aka Black Rose, coming to you with another exclusive. And yeah, we're gonna talk about the encounter that I had last night. And if you haven't followed me already, I'm being back active on Instagram, even though I hate Instagram. And yeah, I gave a brief synopsis on what happened, but I didn't really go into detail. But this is a sandwich. There's some onions, there's ham, there's turkey. It's mayo on the bread. And I'm gonna add this to the sandwich along with some pickles. And then, well, and some of these are like homemade. I cut up some cucumbers and made my own pickles. And it's still some in there. So yeah. And I got some fries. So let me go grab that. Here come y'all these. One in the French fry. One? Y'all. She dancing for this French fry. I'm talking about dancing. Hello, welcome to the live. I'm only gonna give you half chili because it's got grease. She ate a frozen one earlier, y'all. Huh? Go get it. Just grab some water so we can get this story time cracking because I gotta go. So, hi. I'm about to add this to my sandwich. It's Ken's Steakhouse Light Caesar. You can also use this as a marinade. I have yet to do it yet. It's so good, y'all. This is my favorite dressing for salads, as well as the Olive Garden Italian, of course, the Great Value brand, the restaurant style. Any dupe of the Olive Garden dressing, I'm a fan of. But so yesterday I had a client. Please keep in mind that one, I had never seen this client before. Two, we didn't go into the service with a plan. And three, he just had been here. He just had been to the spa like 4 or 5 days ago. So I bring him back, ask him the questions, you know, anything we working on today, anything bothering you, you know, typically, so I'll know where to go and where to navigate throughout the service, right? So he was like, no, just relaxation. I asked him for his pressure preference, any areas to avoid, all of that good stuff. He said, you know, full body, he good. So I come back in the room, and, ooh, thank you for the light. I come into the room, and the service starts. So I'm massaging. Mind you, y'all, to say he been here 4 to 5 days ago, his back is as hard as this damn table. So I'm like, and okay, so I'm like, well, dang, if he been here, you know, just a couple of days ago, his body shouldn't feel like this. Thank you. I'm like, your body shouldn't feel like this if you just be. I'm thinking to myself. So I'm like palpating, feeling around, trying to see if I can release, you know, where can I go? Like, cause right now I was like in between the shoulder blade, and it was a knot there that wasn't moving. So at one point he was like, you're digging your nails into my skin. I don't have any nails. Okay. So I move around, I did something else. Welcome to the live, y'all. So then he proceeds to say that whatever I'm doing, he's like, whatever you're doing, I don't know if you do it all the time, but it's not doing anything for me. Okay. So if anybody knows me, they know, like, I give what I receive. Let's just say that. And my thing was, y'all, he wasn't like, that was technically an asshole comment to say, but still, then I handled the situation very amicably. No, not one of those. Not one of those. It's not what you think. It's not what you think. So I get to doing the elbows now. I'm doing the elbows. He like, that's too much. Too much pressure. He said that's too much pressure. So I'm like, okay, maybe it is a little hard. I let the table up a bit, and I'm still massaging, still doing my thing. And I move to, like, I finish the back or whatever. Then I move to the legs. Chilling. Stop. Then I move to the legs. I get to the legs. Once again, he says, you're digging your nails in my skin. So I'm like looking at my nails, trying to massage in the dark, like, am I tripping? Because I couldn't tell that I was doing it. So, you know, that was that. It's time to flip him over. I flipped him over, and I start working on his neck. I elevate the table because, for one, it's better than laying flat on your back. A lot of people cannot lay flat on their back for long periods of time, and then it's also just a nice addition. So when you finally are flipped over and all of the excess fluid and stuff is now draining, it's better to be, you know, elevated. Anyway, I elevate him. I work on his neck. I'm working on his neck, and I move to his left arm. Yeah, left arm. As I'm working his left arm, this wasn't the 80-minute, this was a 50-minute. I'm working on his left arm. And he says to me, can you put the table back down? And I'm like, okay, sure. I put the table back down. And then he says, well, now it seems like this part is farther down than that part. And I'm like, well, this is the only part of the table that moves. So it's like, I had it elevated, I put it back down. At this point, it's the table. I basically was like, it's the table at this point. Like, it's nothing I can do about that. These tables have been here before me. And if you're about to complain about a $2,500 to $4,000 table, you need to find something else to do. So, after I explained to him, you know, it's the table, I can't really do nothing about that, he was like, okay, gotcha. I guess he didn't like my response. So, as I started back working on his arm, he was like, you know what? We're good. And I was like, okay. Because he was already pissing me off. Like, I already knew in my head that I was going to go to the front and tell the girls at the front not to book him with me no more. So, I didn't. Scout's honor. So I went to the front and I said, who checked him out? Who's checking him? Who checked him in? Because whoever checked him in is more than likely going to check him out. And the person that checked him in, Jordan, shout out to Jordan girl if you ever see this. She was helping another massage therapist. So I told the girl, Elizabeth, I think that's her name. I said, tell her not to book him with me no more. So I'm heated, like I'm heated. So I don't even go get the man no water. I don't walk him out, no courtesy walk out. I don't give a how your massage went. I don't. So I just grabbed my shit, because after his massage was my break. I just grab my shit and I go sit in my car and I just take 10 to 15 minutes. Because hopefully at this point he's gone. So I give myself a little time and I go back in there. I go back to the front. And I asked the girls, I said, what he say? They was like, what the hell? They was like, I was trying to ask you because I know I gotta be professional. I didn't do nothing crazy. I didn't do nothing crazy. And it's like, to be honest, doing the whole walkout, giving them water, that is a courtesy, sir. I don't have to do that. The water fountain is open for you to walk up to yourself. So it's like, it would be nice for somebody to bring you some water, but I don't have to do that, if you get what I'm saying. Like, it's more so like, so a mofo can have a full experience. Like, they're really spending that money at the spa. You get what I'm saying? So I go back to the front and ask the girls, like, what he said. It was like, I want to know, like, what happened. It was like, he came up here and said, I know, but I didn't. In the heat of the moment, I didn't even want to look at this man. Oh, I didn't even tell y'all what he said after he said we could just end it. After he said we could just end it, as I'm lowering him down, he's like, so I would like to just give you a few critiques. Now, mind you, I thought he was like a secret shopper, but I'm going to tell y'all how that conclusion got out of the equation real quick. He was like, I want to give you a few critiques. He was like, your nails going into people's skin. Please be mindful of that. Where the nails at? When you was working on my neck, it was really, it started off really good and it ended like okay. And then this leg was an 8 and then it ended off as a 2. And this leg was a whatever he said, a 3, whatever he said. And I was like, he was like, for your next 10 clients, how about you ask them for feedback? I said, okay. And then that's when I went and told the girls, don't book him with me no more when I call it that. Came back in and it was like, he came up here and said that his massage wasn't necessarily where it should have been or could have been, like what it could have been. And that, or whatever. So the girls asked him, you know, you want to explain what happened in the room? He like, no, I'll just write it on the comment card. So went up there, complained, did not tip me, cut the service short, booked his wife an appointment and left. So like, now I'm like, you know, of course we gonna talk about it. We talking about it. Me and the girls in the back, me and the girls in the front, because that was like crazy. Like, I was literally being harassed. Like, I was literally being harassed for 45 minutes, basically. So, how we got that he wasn't a secret shopper, because he was a member at the spa. He had already came and got massages by a whole bunch of people. And nobody in the notes had an experience like I had. Well, I don't know what kind of experience they had, honestly, because if they did, they ain't wrote it in the notes. But I wrote in the notes, do not rebook with Ajane. Yeah, that's my name. That's my real name. Do not rebook with me. Okay? So, after all of that, but that's the thing, he's a member though, And oh, this I ain't finished that part. One of the girls that works as a spa back in the spa, she says, was he a secret shopper? No, she didn't say that. She said he's not a secret shopper. She said because I used to be a secret shopper, and if you're secretly shopping, you don't make comments. You just receive the service that you're going to receive, write your little evaluation, and you send it to corporate. You don't do all of that. So that's how we knew that he wasn't a secret shopper, because he's a member and he's been here before. So that went out of the equation. Now, mind y'all, let's start from the top. We did not have a plan going into the service. This is my first time seeing this man. What was the other thing? He cut the service short. He complained to me. He complained to the girls at the front. You would think somebody who doing all of that wouldn't want to rebook with you. So tell me why this same delusional ass crazy man calls back an hour later and says he wants to book an appointment. He wants to book his next appointment. And so the girls was like, what is your... Hold on, I think I still got this. Hold on. Not if you've gotten massages by people who I have had a massage by and I wasn't pleased. And I still ain't did all that. And I tipped them. So I don't even want, like that just, he literally been there he's a member of years, of at least a year or so. So it's like, I don't really think, the bosses never be undercover. They walk in and greet you by name. They never undercover. They never undercover, baby. Never. So anyway, he calls back to book his future appointments. So they ask him, what's your pressure preference? Because we want to, try to match you up with somebody who can give you what you're looking for. Because obviously I couldn't. Do y'all know he told? Oh shit! Do y'all know he told them folks that he wanna book with the person he said he wanted to book with me, and it was like, you want to book with the person you just had after you cut the service 10 minutes short, complain to me, complain to y'all, did not tell me. And you gonna call back talking about you want to rebook an appointment with me? After you harassed me? They definitely do, but he wasn't a secret shopper. Because even I've had a client when I first started working there that was like one of the first customers of Hand and Stone. That's where I work at. And it ain't no different than him just being a regular person spending their money. Like, they might treat him a little different. He might get, I don't know. I don't even know. But he's in the military. That's another thing. His haircut gave me he had a military haircut. So I'm like, and without even reading his intake, I knew he was in the military. Like, I ain't even read what he did. I just really read, like, if he had any surgeries or whatever the case is, so I could be aware of certain things. He's in the Army. Like, he's not no secret shopper. At all. Not a secret shopper. That man harassed me. And I'm thinking to myself, you did all of that and still had to pay for your service. And on top of that, why he left his wedding ring? And I said, I put this shit on Instagram. I said, boy, if I really acted on all of my impulsive thoughts, and I was a person who didn't give a fuck about karma, I would have flushed that bitch down the toilet. I would have flushed it down the toilet. Because you don't do that to nobody. You don't do that to people. And I don't know if it was a race thing or what. I don't know what it was. But, and if you to say, ask my next 10 clients for critiques, so I can line up my first 10 clients I ever touched. And they still went and say half of the shit you saying. With longer nails. I had to keep looking at my nails because I'm like, I know I've had moments where I forgot to cut these shits. But I had cut my nails Saturday for work. So please don't play with me. What, you thought you was gonna get a free service? Yeah. Yeah. Then you can't even vocalize what was wrong in the service. That's how you know mofos be lying. You couldn't even vocalize, because if it was something that was that much on you to say about how bad the service was, you shouldn't have had no problem telling the front desk. Because most clients, they'll be sweet as hell to the massage therapist and shit the people at the front like shit. Like, a lot of clients will do that. Like, child. And it would have been one thing if, like, I, you know, felt a way about him or sensed anything going into it. I didn't feel no type of way. I know it's never personal. I know it's never personal, but it was just like, I ain't perfect. I know I make mistakes. But it's no way if you felt that strongly, an hour later you're calling back because you want to book with me again. The girl lied and told him that they couldn't see the schedule that far out. So he said he was going to call back. You still not going to get booked with me. The fuck? So go on ahead. Because I already don't want to work with the general public. Please don't make me make an example out of you. Please. Like, I love massage, I do. But that would be the last spot I would ever work at unless I open my own. I can, and that's the thing. I can definitely handle criticism. But it just felt like it's just like, you know how you can just tell somebody playing with you? I can definitely take criticism. But you've been in here 5 days ago, and I get it. First of all, people like that scare me anyway. If you coming in days to a week, yeah, like if you tell me the right way, if you go about it the right way, yeah. But, or even if you would have not said nothing and told the front desk, like, it was just weird. Like, it just gave weird. Like, by all means, if something ain't right, please say so. But your delivery is everything. And me? Watch your tone. And keep your hand on your head. What movie that's from? I can take criticism. I can. I'm wrong. How was I wrong? Like, I get it's about the customer. It ain't about me. But because for one, my manager didn't even know this shit happened to me. And if I'm really in the wrong, me personally, I'm still working on controlling my emotions. So when I am in a fucking 4x4 with no windows and a motherfucker is face down on a table, vulnerable, but yet you have so much to say about what I'm doing wrong, and then can't vocalize what I'm doing wrong to the people that it fucking matters to, because it don't really matter to me, because everybody's opinion is subjective when it comes to massage, because maybe I'm just not the therapist for you. And if that's the case, say that. Don't literally, because my thing was, if you knew at some point that you wanted to cancel the service, why the fuck did you wait until I was almost done? Like, I was about to say I don't give a fuck about the show going on. And it's just like, it's about respect, period. It's just about respect, period. Like, because that shit was weird. That shit was weird. I mean, he better be glad I ain't knock him upside his damn head when he was face down. I did what I was supposed to do. I didn't get loud with him. I didn't slam no doors. I didn't slam. He even said the hot towel was uncomfortable. The hot towel. The hot towel. The hot towel was uncomfortable. You had something to say about every single thing I did. And you must have really thought he must have really thought he was going to get a free service. The helicopter or something? Something must be happening. But yeah, like, you must have thought you was finna get a free service. But how could you have thought that if you can't even vocalize to the people that it matter what went wrong? They ask you what happened. Because my manager will go to bat for the customer before she go to bat for me. So if any time was your time to shine, it was the shine when you went up there to pay for that service. Do you let people charge me? Charge me as far as what? Because that's the thing, like, you gotta really rub me the wrong way, because I will let a lot of shit slide. Which is why when he was saying stuff in the session, I'm just like, okay, I'm trying to move around and do something different every single time. And if you wasn't satisfied, you wait until I turned your ass over to say you wasn't satisfied. You could have got your ass up 30 minutes ago. And then my thing is, we have an attention button in our room that we tell clients about that they have access to. If you feel uncomfortable or sick or anything in between it, you can press the button and somebody, either a manager or somebody from the front desk, will come to the room to see what the issue is, like that. So if you had in your mind, that something was wrong, that you weren't satisfied, you had more than enough opportunity to say so. Because that really bothered me, because it's just like, how dare you? I don't know you. You're not my client. You're not my, I don't even know you. I don't know you. And I'm just like, I could line up my last 10 clients and they wouldn't have said half of the stuff you said. Yes, I can still be me under pressure. I could definitely still be me under pressure. Definitely. I can definitely still be me under pressure. Because in that moment, when, for one, we in a room by ourselves. Like, the room is literally probably from here to that wall right there in this same arm span. I'm in a room with somebody who's literally making me feel uncomfortable about what I'm doing as my job. I didn't walk him out and give him the water because did he really deserve it? Did he really deserve to be hydrated? Hindsight, I probably should have did that. But guess what? I didn't. And glory be to God, I never have to see him again. And that's my thing. He lost me. I'm sorry. He lost me. He lost me, baby. He lost me. 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 He did. I let him have that. Well, I guess you could say I let him have that one. But it's just like, you still see it through after all of that? You still want me to see it through after all of that? I still gotta see it through. Huh? God did say turn the other cheek, but Lord. I felt the anger of all of my ancestors. It did. But that's not, like I said, that is not something that I have to do either. That's not nothing that I have to do. Because when I first started work, I didn't start giving people water until my second year. Like, that wasn't nothing that I did. Like, that was my whole thing. Like, the whole walking out, and that's just a courtesy. I don't have to do that. Like, unless it's something I really want to tell you about the service and what I would recommend to you. But baby, if you just listen, but if you had just been here 5 days ago, stop tearing that diaper up. If you had just been there 5 days ago, why are you back? And that's another thing too, because he wasn't on my schedule until like midday. I'm taking accountability. I was wrong for not seeing it through. I definitely was. But you're not about to play on my professionalism as if I just did something so terrible to you, and then you come back and still want to see me. You call back an hour later and made it a point to say that you wanted to come back to me again. But you complained about the whole service. What exactly can I do for you? That's my whole thing. What exactly can I do for you if you weren't satisfied the first time? I'm a big person on do it right the first time. Uncle Ray, I love you, but I'm gonna have to agree to disagree. I'm gonna have to agree to disagree on this one, simply because if somebody came to your job, and questioned everything you've been doing for the past 2 fucking years, and this ain't even your career field, like giving me critiques, is one thing, because I've had somebody on my table who telling me you moving too fast. That's a critique. Or I want some more pressure. You could put a little more. That's a critique. He was talking to me like he taught me. Like he was trying to teach me something. Like, excuse me? Excuse me. That's why I was really upset. It wasn't even the fact that it's like, it was just his delivery. It was just his delivery of all things. Like, cause like, maybe I still gotta think and ponder on it some more, cause it's still a little fresh. And I'm still a little emotional behind it. And I don't, and another thing is I don't have too many of these experiences. Like, I've had weird encounters with people, like the man, which is why I didn't spaz the fuck out on him. Me reacting, I didn't react, I responded. Just because I didn't give him no water and walk him the fuck out the door, you're a grown ass man. Get your ass up and walk, since you got so much to say. Bye. Like, that is a courtesy. I don't have to do that shit. Because, for one, just say if I was running late and I overdid his session, I did finish the show. I obviously finished the show if he wanted to come back. So I had to finish the show because he wanted to come back. Like, what? Like, you want to come back, but I didn't do my job correctly. Make it make sense. You complain to me. No, because I will never see, I don't want to see him. That's not a client that I want on my table. I've had a racist client before. And he, first of all, I don't have too many of these experiences. So when they happen, like I said, maybe I gotta ponder on it a little bit more, because Yeah. I got to ponder on it a little bit more. Because I've had a racist client. I've had a client who, I don't want to say he had Down syndrome, but he had some type of medical condition. And he can't even get dressed, get on the table, and put on your... You can't even do day-to-day duties. But you still find it in your heart to lay on my table and be racist. Shop. Like, I couldn't understand what he was saying, but body language and cues say a lot. He wouldn't fully relax on the table. Like, he was quiet throughout the session at certain points because, yeah, you're getting relaxed. But you still, like, he was saying stuff about black, I don't know. He was saying some stuff. Like, he had so much to say. Because, like I said, I didn't know what he was saying. It was uncomfortable for me because I can't understand him. For one, like, this ain't, like, that whole situation, that's not nothing that you come into a spot and do, which I get the experience, whatever. That's something that you have somebody come to your house and massage this man. So my thing is, when I have these type of experiences, maybe I do got to think on it a little bit more because I don't feel like I was wrong. I don't feel like I was wrong at all because I don't know you. I never said him coming back was gonna be a good thing though. I just said, how are you complaining about everything that I did, but you want to come back? I don't want to see him no more. Soon as he left, I wrote them notes that said, do not rebook with me because I don't want that type of energy. We in a fucking cubicle for an hour or more. Go to sleep. I get what you're saying. I let something outside of me change me, but at the end of the day, he'll be alright. And I will too. Because guess what? Your conscience must have been eating at you. You call back an hour later. And not to say I would be petty and have him get on my table again. No, because I know next time I'm going to say something. And that's my thing. Like, I'm the type of person, I will let so much shit slide. I will let so much shit slide until I react. Because it don't be a response at that point. It's a reaction. I will let so much stuff slide. I will. So it's like, it is, but we all slip up, Uncle Ray. We all slip up. Like, we all slip up. So you mean to tell me if somebody came, I mean, all feedback ain't bad feedback. But you know when somebody playing with you. Like, you know when somebody playing with you. I'm still going to be the best person I could be. Like I said, maybe it still got to process and linger. And I still got to go through it. Because earlier that day, I had just said to God, I said, God, I don't want nobody else to use me but you. And he definitely came through with this mofo. And that's how I know I've changed, because I probably would have blacked out in that room with that man. For real. Like, I really go off energy. So if I did feel like you was just saying anything, I am in South Carolina. But listen. Hold on. Ooh. But yeah, that was this is one live stream that I wanted to do. Yeah. 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 Like, but I feel like I handled this. I feel like I handled it well because I know what I could have did. And that's my whole thing. Like, I really be trying not to be that person because for me to get out of character, something is wrong. Something is wrong. Bro, I will let shit, boy. We definitely finished the show. We definitely finished the show. But baby, like I said, I'm still working on me. I'm still working on me because I'm not the type of person. I'm not confrontational at all unless need be. I am a very passive individual. Like, yes, I'm very aggressive speaking, but that ain't. I gotta, I gotta turn on the assertiveness and the non-passiveness and the confrontational because I will let shit slide. I will let shit slide, baby. Like, and for me to not spaz out on that man was me finishing the show. That was me finishing the motherfucking show. I'm sorry. It was. Because, like I said, if I have to get out of character, something is wrong. I'm not that girl. You gonna let somebody spit in your face today? Maybe they should have knocked some heads off. But seriously though, like, seriously. I'm not that girl. I don't be flying off the handle for no reason. I don't be doing all of the shit that most women that look like me do at a job, at a restaurant. Like, if I gotta get ignorant, something is wrong. Like, exactly. So I took that last night as him spitting on my whole fucking career. Just for you to go home and gather your fucking self to call back and say you still want to see me. Like, bro. Because if that was anybody else, I don't even know. But it was me. And that situation just taught me right then, like, you can do this. You don't have to get ignorant because I'm really ignorant. And like, I joke about not acting black all the time. Like, I really be joking about not acting black, but like, don't do that. Don't do that. As if I'm already not as if I'm already not struggling to just be present and have enough fucking humility to work a damn job. Don't do that. Because I'm actually a person who, regardless if I'm late, regardless if whatever the fuck fact, I'm the type of woman who like to work with their hands. Like, I like to work. I like to freaking work. So it's like, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's so much stuff you can say. But don't play on my career. Cause bitch, don't play on my career. I'm sorry. Just because you took your silly ass to Iraq, don't do that to me. I don't know what trauma and dealings you dealing with, sir. Don't do that to me. You literally you literally downplayed every single thing I did just for you to come back wanting more. Make it make sense. But then again, that's what the fuck our history was built on. Us doing every fucking thing in our power to make these fucking people happy. Just for them to still spit in our face. Have a good night. Just for them to still spit in our face and want us to put our titties in their baby's mouth. But we're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there. Because it's about to send me straight to the pits of hell. And I don't wanna go there. But I love you too. I need to go anyway, because yeah, I gotta go. But yeah, don't do that to me. Because I'm not racist or none of that. Like, that's not how I live my life. That's not how my heart operate. Like, that's not how my heart operate, regardless of every single thing that a black person has been through. Like, don't get it misconstrued. That's really, like, don't get it misconstrued about where I stand. But yeah, don't be playing with me. Because I love people. Like, I love all people. Like, I want diversity. I've grown up around diversity. I went to a diverse college. Like, my family's diverse as fuck. So, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Because there's literally people out here who really vocalize saying, I hate this specific race. And stand on that. Won't move if y'all coming through. If y'all say excuse me or not. Will do stuff to y'all. I'm not that person. I touch these folks. They the only ones that come in here. And if I really felt away, would I really be like, money ain't enough to make me stay to do something of that caliber and me not actually like my job. So it don't even have nothing to do with race. It don't have nothing to do with none of that, because that's not how I was raised. My parents didn't raise me like that. So it's just like, out of all of the ways a black woman could have acted, I gotta pat myself on the back. Because I could have threw hot water on his ass. Like, and that's my thing. Like, he's face down. You face down with everything to say as if you're not in a vulnerable state. Like, if I wasn't a well enough person. Like, do y'all do understand? Like, people go crazy for less. People go crazy for somebody stepping on their feet. People go crazy for less. For it just being too much people around, period. People go crazy for less. Like, I'm just saying. People go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs for less. And I can't express my little feelings about how I felt about it. I don't like this for you. I'm sorry. I'm saying it out loud because my best friend just texted me. I don't like that for you. But you know, health is wealth. But yeah. I think I'm done running my mouth. I think I got my funny fries. Me and Uncle Ray agree to disagree. And it's like, I know. I thought I was that person. Every time I think I'm that person, God shows me, like, you still got some work to do. Every time I think, like, I know I still got some growing to do. I know I do. I know I do. But it's also like, give me y'all thoughts. Yeah, I'm gonna do another highlight because I kind of liked the way that went. So yeah.